Alright, my friends, I have an Aquarium LED light here and a Fluval controller. That's how this thing looks like. And it can control this light. And I show you quick how to set this up, right? Okay, so usually the light would be powered by this power cable here. So plug this in, my light is on. Okay, let's remove this again. What I have here is an extension cable. It basically has two of those power cables. See this? So this would extend this, right? I can pick output 1 or 2 because I can control 2 of those lamps. I do one only in the moment to show. Here, this one, and then this goes into the lamp. Okay, so now the controller here is controlling. I put this here. The controller is controlled. No, the controller is controlling this lamp. Now we can power this up here and here. One there, one there. This is the power. I plug this in, and then you can see here the controller, the numbers on there, and that's why I'm going to zoom into this. And you can see how bright the light is or not. In this moment, it's only 1% on output 1. We are on output 1. This thing has 2 outputs, okay? This button here in the middle turns the light on if you're in the dark. That's what it does. Or it goes into the menu if you click again. And in the menu you can select the settings for output 1, 2 and the time. With those cursor keys up and down you could switch to time, for example here. Time. The time format and what time it really is. The only problem and flaw on this device is that it will lose the internal time when it loses power. So when you unplug it and plug it back in, it's back to 0. That is unfortunate. But if the time is gone and you lose power, it doesn't lose its settings. Because here now at 0, 0, it is 1%, so this is the night light. But let's show how this thing is set. 1 is the light here. Okay, output 1. I want to set this. In there I can set the sunrise beginning, the time of the sunrise. Here at 7 o'clock in the morning it starts doing it, and the action is fade. So it doesn't switch it on and off, it fades slowly in. From my night time, the moonlight value, it goes up to the daytime value, what is 100%. But it slowly fades to this, okay? I have to go back in. If you don't touch the buttons, it goes back to the regular one. The sunset. So that's the time when it starts to dim down to 0, unless you have the moon set. So here's the moonlight, right? So the moon is set to 1%, and you can switch this up to whatever percentage. If your moonlight is supposed to be 10%, then this light will stay on at 10% at night. Okay? In my case here, I really do 1%. I keep it very, very dim for the night, right? You can still see the aquarium, but it's pretty dark. When you go one more down, then you're back. And this is basically how this thing works. You click through here with this selector. This is the enter button basically, and here you move the cursor around. If I want to set my time here to noon, for example, just to show how this works here, I click enter key, then the hours blink, and then I put this up to, let's say, 12 o'clock, 1400, enter. Oh, that's minutes now. It's 3 o'clock now. Format is 24 hours and back and back. So now this thing thinks it is 3 o'clock. But our output is 1% from our moonlight output. Now you see the number will raise. It will go to 100%, but it takes like half an hour because that's how long a sunset or a sunrise takes. half an hour from whatever value you have set in the moon level to the daytime level, to 100%, right? So we started out with 1%, so it will take some time to go there. If you set the moonlight to 80%, then it just changes at the sunrise and sunset from 80 to 100 or 100 to 80. Yeah, that's how the setup works on this one. And as I said, the only thing what is said is when you connect this to your aquarium in your final installation there, you need to set the time, and let's hope you never lose power, because that will reset the timer. Okay. Let me zoom out here again. And this is just taking time. You see, I had the switch off, right? You have to switch the light on in order to make that work. Let me go back here to output 1. What do I want here? I want to set the time back to 0. Oh, setting the time back to 0 then is very easy. You just unplug it, plug it back in, and now your time is set to 0. And you see the output is 1%. That's your moonlight output. And if I go back in here, output 1, and I set the moonlight up, say to 50%, 54%. That would be now. So this number now should go up to 54%. And as you can see, it's doing it very slowly. Because everything with this, so they don't want to shock the fish, it was set to fade. And look at this. So if it's set to fade, it takes a long time for this thing to change the brightness. Right? If you would set it to switch, it would be immediate. But you see how the light gets brighter and brighter. Alright, so I hope that helped to understand how to set this up.